So now we're going to do combinations of on and off beats. We talked about 1 and 3, 2 and 4 in the first segment of fast jazz comping. In the second segment of fast jazz comping, we talked about the off beats of 2 and 4 and 1 and 3, or actually 1 and 3, 2 and 4. And just like with the first segment, we did all 4 on beats. In the second segment, we did all 4 off beats. Now it's time to combine on and off. So what I do, again, with this fast jazz, it's all straight eighths, is I work on playing 1N, 3N, 1N, 3N, then 2N, 4N, 2N, 4N. So I begin by playing 2 8 notes on 1, 2 8 notes on 3, the downbeats, and then what feels like off beats at fast tempo is the 2 8 notes on 2 and the 2 8 notes on 4. So I'm going to again start with just the 2 and 4 on the ride before I add the full throw and get the 3 bounces per 1 movement, because the stroke is just twice again at fast jazz. So I need to feel that against whatever I'm doing with the left hand. So I'm going to start with 1N, 3N, a little harder than 2N, 4N. So check this out. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then I'll do the 2N, 4N, again, starting with just the 2 and 4 before adding the full ride stroke. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So that one, in some respects, is a little easier because 2 of the 3 notes that you're bouncing on the ride are happening also on the snare. So now what we want to do is do, instead of on off on 1 and 3, and on off on 2 and 4, we're going to do 1 and 2, 3 and 4, off on. So we're going to lead into the 2 and the 4 starting on the off beat. So again, this is just on 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then finally a 1, a 3, which comes with the second and third note of the ride bounce. I'll show you that in a second. Again, I'm starting with just the 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So the ride's 2 and 3, 4 and 1, and this is 2 and 3, 4 and 1. So again, you could see there in that slower demonstration that the second, third note of the snare are lining up with the ride. So again, I want to go back and forth between the 1N, 3N, 2N, 4N, and 2, and 4, and 3, and 1. So I got these on-off positions starting on 1 and 3, also on 2 and 4. And then I have the off-on going into 2 and 4 and 1 and 3. So a faster tempo. Again, starting with just 2 and 4. Messed up a little there. It's a little tough to do these on the fly, but here's where it leads. So you can see that I'm doing a mix-up of the first and second segments where I'm doing all these ons, offs, on-offs, off-ons. So eventually getting that left hand to be able to just play what it wants against jigging, digging, digging, digging. And you're not necessarily going to always play the same ride pattern, but it's a good place to start to be able to build this left-hand comping coordination against that fast jazz ride pattern. So start there, and then actually we'll get into some segments where we do the same principles and exercises with the bass drum, eventually getting that foot to be able to do similar things as the snare hand. So give it a shot, see how that goes, and I'll see you in the next segment.